What's up, everybody? Welcome to the set. I am your host, the most handsome T-stead. How are we doing, everyone? Week 7 just wrapped up in this NFL season, and it is crazy. This weekend was insane with games that really leave you confused. A lot of reactions, a lot of emotions coming this week. I would like to start with my former head coach, my dog, SP, Sean Payton. Sean is, before we get into what happened in this historic comeback by the Denver Broncos, shout out to Sean. The most unwavered person I've ever been around. The most we're never out of it individual walking planet Earth. The most arrogant. He's so arrogant and so confident in his ability and his team's ability that it's never over. It's never let's pull the starters. The Denver Broncos are down 19-0 to start the fourth quarter. Down 19-0 to start the fourth quarter. And they go and score a touchdown. That's responded by a ricochet. So they score a ricochet touchdown in the back of the end zone. The New York Giants, Jackson Dart, responds with a ricochet long touchdown, 46 yards. Boom. Game's over. We're well into the fourth quarter. Game is over. At that point, it's 26-8. The final score is 33-32. Denver Broncos. What? Denver scores 33 points in the fourth quarter. Yo, insane. Shout out to Jackson Dart. Young Jax, I am a fan. I really love the way that you play football. Your confidence, your swagger, the way that you carry yourself and you're leading that team. Listen, New York is building something. New York is building something. I talked to Javon Holland earlier today. He's working his way back from injury, but he loves the energy in New York and the way that those guys are going about their business and how they're progressing every week. And they are building something in New York. Shout out to the Giants. You are on your way, but just not today. The Denver Broncos that's the type of win that creates a new level of confidence. Because no matter what happens in a game, no matter how it starts, we have shown that we can right the ship, that we can correct it and get the job done. The ultimate task, and they did it. That type of win unlocks a lot of people and a lot of energy and aura in an organization, in a team. The belief is super strong. They feel very strongly that they can beat anybody. And they have proven it, too, that they can. The 2 games that they lost, they can easily be 7-0 right now. Easily. They're sitting here at 5-2, the top of the AFC West. The defense is fire. They were challenged yesterday. Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, they were challenged yesterday. They had a hard time getting those guys off the field. But when it mattered most, as a team, collectively, they got the job done. Bo Nix finished with 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing. And the Giants give up the game-winning field goal to my guy, Will Lutz. Big Lutz. With the game-winning banger, like I've seen him do several times as my teammate. I've seen Will Lutz knock down big clutch kicks time and time again as a teammate, and he did it again. Pulling off the comeback. It was the most points ever by a team shutout through three quarters. So 33 points in the fourth quarter. Insane. NFL teams have 602 consecutive games when leading by 18 points with 6 minutes left. They have won 1,602 consecutive games leading by 18 points with 6 minutes left. There may be one person on earth, one, that is really, really hungover but happy in Vegas. He put a bet in at some point in the fourth quarter. This person put in a bet that the Broncos are going to win this game, and he is struggling to wake up right now. He's hungover, celebrating. The odds, crazy. That was a fun one to watch. Insane. I still can't believe it. Yo, did the Giants have the worst collapse in NFL history? Is that a stretch? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Is this the worst collapse in NFL history by the New York Giants? Giving up that game, giving that game back to Denver, letting the Broncos come back, 33 points in the fourth quarter to take this win. For the Broncos moving forward, I want to start seeing that consistency on offense. They have the talent. They got the weapons. They have the offensive line. Those guys are some monsters up front. You shouldn't be shut out for 3 quarters. Sean Payton, great offensive mind. Like, I want to see those guys get that consistency on offense. So where they're scoring points, don't have to be a ton of touchdowns, but where you're consistently moving the ball down the field goals, touchdown, whatever. But let's see that, because I'm looking for a team to emerge as the favorite. I want it to be Denver. Like, I feel strongly about them. The defense is fire. Pass rush is insane. I want it to be Denver to emerge as the favorite, because we don't have one right now. The Eagles bounce back. Buffalo on a 2-game losing streak. The Lions lost to the Chiefs. The Bucks are good, really good. The Broncos are right there. I'm looking for a team to emerge as the favorite. And as we talk about a team emerging, a team that's catching their stride, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, them Chiefs. Look out now. Here they go. Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid. Kansas City Chiefs. They're at it again, people. They are at it again. The Chiefs are starting to put it together now. They're starting to look like the Chiefs that we know, the Chiefs that has dominated the league, that has owned the AFC, that has built this dynasty. They are marching again. Look out, everyone. The Chiefs dominate the Las Vegas Raiders this past weekend in a 31-0 victory. It is really, really hard. No matter how good a team is, how bad a team is, it is really hard to keep an NFL team to 0 points for 4 quarters. Like a group of 11 professionals, to keep them from scoring any points 4 quarters. That is insanely difficult to do. The Chiefs have done that. The defense held the Raiders to less than 100 yards and a grand total of 3 first downs. Less than 100 yards, a grand total of 3 first downs. The Raiders were 0-10 on 3rd down. That, my good people, is championship football. And listen, I hate to say it. I'm tired of them folks. I'm not looking for the Chiefs to go back again and do what they've been doing. Enough. It's enough. Let somebody else do it. But that's not where they are. They want to continue to own and dominate. Patrick Mahomes is gatekeeping. He is standing at the gate of the AFC, and he's daring anybody to come open the gate. Come unlock the gate. Come get this key. See if you can unlock this gate. He is standing at the gate of the AFC. Year after year, they have represented the AFC in the Super Bowl, and he is putting them in position to do that again. Still a ways to go. We're almost at the midway point in the season. But now they get Rashee Rice back. 2 touchdowns. Fresh out of suspension. 31 points. They are the Chiefs back? Mahomes, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy. Are the Chiefs back? Is the aerial attack back? I don't know. This is another question I want to know. Is the Chiefs, and this is not a stretch at all, is the Chiefs the best defense in the NFL? We got the Broncos. The Broncos struggled yesterday with the Giants. They struggled. You got the Chiefs. Green Bay at a point looked like that. Looked like one of those defenses that can be that. But a lot of up and down from them too. The Colts defense is real. It's fire. Is the Chiefs the best defense in the NFL? That's a real question. And another defense that I will put up there that I feel very strongly about. This is one of my favorite teams. The Broncos is one. The Lions is another. But this team that I'm about to talk about next is one of my favorite teams. I love the way that they play football. Very physical, very fast, a lot of energy, flying around, celebrating. That is the LA Rams. LA Rams put on an overseas whooping on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was an international BTA session. The Rams walk away from that game 35-7 against the Jaguars. And it's crazy that they did that to them in London because the Jaguars have been to London more than any team in the NFL. Like, that is essentially a home game for the Jags. They have a strong fan base in London because they have been every year. They've been to London every year. They play there every year. So that is a home game for them. They should have stayed home. The Jacksonville side, the state side. Matt Stafford looked like, man, he was surgical. 5 touchdowns, 3 to Devontae Adams. They are executing at a very, very, very high level right now. The defense is fire. Those young dogs they got up front, Jared Verse, Byron Young, Kobe Turner. Those guys are relentless. Well, I'm telling you, one of the toughest games I ever played in my career. All those guys, that whole unit, and then the backup, the second unit, relentless. They're physical. They fly around. They're having fun. Matt Stafford is lighting them up. He has weapons. Puka Nacua will return. Kyron Williams. The O-line is nice. Rams are one of those in the NFC. They will be one of those final teams standing in that conference. I feel very strongly about that. Rams improved to 5-2. The Jaguars have dropped. They had a big win against the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, but they've lost the last 2, and they're starting to slide. But I feel strongly about the Rams. And everything that Matt Stafford and Devontae Adams are building right now with Puka Nacua out of the lineup, that's scary. That's more time. That's more chemistry. Those guys are starting to get their nonverbals together. They're starting to get that communication, that unspoken communication together, and then they're getting on the same page. We know what Devontae Adams have done to the league for years. Let's not play. Just because he was tucked away in Vegas and he had a carousel of quarterbacks, we know what he does. He's all pro several times, Pro Bowler several times. We know what he can do. He's looking like that. The Rams are one of those teams that are I see Final Four. I got Final Four. I see the Rams being in the Final Four. No question. No question. Very strong across the board, offense, defense, and special teams. It was a rough showing for the Jaguars overseas, man. And that London game is, in all the international games, I played in a few in London, in Germany. It's so much energy. Like those fans, they love American football. They love to just be around it and just to feel the intensity of it, how physical it is, how much communication is happening. And the interesting thing about playing in those overseas games is most times the fans don't have like Rams jerseys and Jaguars jersey. They have whoever jersey that they own. So you'll see a lot of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons. You'll see every team. You'll see all 32 teams jersey represented at an NFL game overseas. And they're just there to scream and have fun. It's amazing. The atmosphere is great. If you ever get a chance to check out an NFL game overseas, I would strongly encourage you to do so. It's fire. It is fire. The defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, get back in the win column in a way that we haven't really seen much this year, but it's refreshing. It's great to see Philly, with all the weapons that they have, look explosive, look dynamic. Ever since Drew Brees called out their offense, he said he's not hating on them because they're winning, but he hated to watch that offense. He hated to watch that offense. He said it's so boring. And for a couple games, few games after that, the whole world started to see like, oh man, Drew, we didn't really look at it like that, but you're right. It's boring. It's slow. Yesterday, that is the product we expect to see when you have a offensive roster with the names of Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, bookend tackles, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. We expect to see. We want to not expect. Take that back. How dare I? How dare I be so privileged? But that's what we want to see as fans. The explosive plays, dynamic plays, dynamic runners, Devontae Smith with the ball in his hands, A.J. Brown getting active. Saquon was quiet. Saquon had a quiet day for sure, but you still have to keep handing him the ball because at any moment he can go for 80. He can go for 80 untouched. Or he can 360 hurdle somebody, a cha-cha slide, and still go for 79 for a touchdown. So I love to see that from Philly yesterday, how explosive they were on offense, moving the ball down the field, big plays. Jalen Hurts was incredible, very efficient, 19 for 23, completing 83% of his passes for 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. Fantastic day. Devontae Smith, 9 catches, 183 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown went crazy. For me, I got him on my fantasy team. He been in that trading block. I don't know, should I? But I stuck with him. Sticking with you, A.J. Let's get it going, man, consistently. I need you to put up them points for me, my dog. Come on now. I feel like what I love most about Jalen Hurts is the way that he responds to adversity. Whether it's internal adversity he's dealing with, conversations or speculation with A.J. Brown's situation, or outside noise, someone saying he's not this or he's not that, or he's a product of this and a product of that. Jalen Hurts responds with poise, with grace, and with damn good football. I think that was a performance of him just reminding people that, hey guys, it's MVP over here, Super Bowl MVP over here. You know what I mean? Like, he's not just a guy. He's special. He's different. Is he a top 5 quarterback? Is Jalen Hurts a top 5 quarterback in this league? I have a very hard time saying no. Very hard time saying no. I would put Jalen Hurts in my top 5, especially right now, like his level of consistency, how he handles the good and handles the bad. Like, I trust him a lot. And that's a big thing when you're looking for your quarterback. Who can you trust to handle this pressure, handle this adversity. I love what Jalen Hurts is doing. Philly looked like themselves in that victory, 28-22 against the Minnesota Vikings. Philly got that W, and they are moving forward. The surprise team of the year that at this point, 7 weeks into the season, they're not a surprise. They should not be a surprise to anybody at this point. The Indianapolis Colts are for real, people. The Colts are here to stay, everyone. They play very sound football, very well coached, fundamentally sound, technical, complementary. They run the ball. They defend the run. They protect the ball. They're creating turnovers. They play very, very sound, complementary football that gives you a chance to beat any opponent, any face, name that you go against. You play football that way, with that level of discipline, that level of detail, fundamentally and technically sound, you can beat anybody. And they are showing just that. Shout out to Daniel Jones. I've been keeping up with the Joneses all year from week one when he put the smack down on my Dolphins. They opened up the season 33-8 victory against the Miami Dolphins, and I was just, I'll be honest, I called it a fluke. Fake news. It was week one jitters, boom, boom, boom. No. Daniel Jones is, man, it's crazy what an environment can do. It's crazy what the right situation can do. The right scheme, a coaching staff that believes in you and that's built around your strengths. They have something in Indy. They have something real in Indy, and they are here to stay. Jonathan Taylor is back, people. He's back. He's healthy. He's dynamic. He is a home run. He is. Yesterday, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. He is, I played against him in fantasy yesterday. Safe to say I lost. Is Jonathan Taylor the best running back in the league? Is Jonathan Taylor the offensive player of the year? Is he the front runner for offensive player of the year? Let's be honest now. Let's talk. Check the numbers. Check the result. Not just the numbers, not just empty stats. Check the result. Like his numbers, what he's doing, the level of production is equating to wins. They're winning games off what he's doing off his back. They're winning games. Jonathan Taylor is quietly leading the race as offensive player of the year. Strong performances week after week. That O-line, they are moving people. Shout out Big Q, Quinn Nelson. They are moving people up front, creating lanes. The style of play that they are playing, it travels. So it don't matter any away game, any tough environment. It's weatherproof. It's weatherproof. So the elements late in the season, going up north, January, February football, the style of football they play, it travels well. The Colts are real. The Colts are real. I'm slightly hesitant to call them, like to really put them as Super Bowl favorites or top 5 Super Bowl favorites. And my only hesitation there is, do they have enough pass rush? That's the one component to that Colts team that just, do they have enough pass rush off the edge? Inside, DeForest Buckner, he's fired. They are creating, don't get me wrong, they're winning. And the pass rush have been playing really well, but do they have enough guys that can just win one-on-ones consistently once we get into playoff football? That's the one hesitation that I have. Like when we talk the Broncos, they got it across the board. You see it. You talk Green Bay, Micah, you know what I mean? Like they have that. The Chiefs, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis. They have guys that can win one-on-ones and create that type of havoc. We've seen what the Eagles did to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl with that defensive line. Was the reason the Eagles O-line and D-line was the reason they have those big, beautiful rings. Dominating in the trenches. So the Colts, is that pass rush enough to get them there for what? So they can be playing in February? It's my one question. It's my one question there. The Green Bay Packers, this team is it's a head scratch because you look at the roster, you see talent in every room, every position. They started the season off, man, listen, if the NFL was a 2-week season, they'd have been the best team ever. Best team we ever seen. Defense was 85 Bears, 2013 Seahawks. It was crazy. They lose a game to the Cleveland Browns. They tie with the Cowboys. They're in a dogfight with the Arizona Cardinals. They won. They pulled this game out 27-23 against the Cardinals without Kyler Murray. Shout out Jacoby Brissett. But it's a head scratch to really figure out why the Packers are struggling so much and why they don't look like what we saw early in the season. It's still early. We have yet to reach the halfway point of the season. Still getting more chemistry and camaraderie with guys. Some guys have been out of the lineup, some guys back. Micah's still new and getting himself incorporated over there. But with this Packers team, the talent is so strong. They're a very, very talented roster in every position group. You want to see more dominant performances from them. They have players that have been dominant, individuals that have had dominant performances on a weekly basis. Josh Jacobs, he's probably the most consistent offensive player in the league, man. You hand him the ball 20 times, you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, you know what you're going to get. He had 2 touchdowns yesterday. Game winner with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Micah Parsons. You put him on the field anywhere, you know what you're going to get. He's going to create problems, going to wreak havoc. 3 sacks yesterday. But as a team, I'm not seeing that dominance that the roster tells me and that we saw the first 2 weeks against quality opponents. So that the Packers are a little bit of a mystery. But it's still time, and I think they'll get it figured out. Jordan Love, I think he's the one. He's the component that can take them to that level of being dominant. And he's only gotten better, but let's see that Jalen Hurts type command, that Patrick Mahomes type playmaking, that Baker Mayfield type will to win. That's next for Jordan Love. That's the level he has to get to in order for them to play meaningful football at the end of the year. Because everywhere else they got it, man. They do. They have it together. Micah is playing out of his mind, no matter where they line him up. Defensive Player of the Year, midseason. I would go Micah. My midseason Defensive Player of the Year. Jonathan Taylor, midseason Offensive Player of the Year. We're close. We're getting to that point of the year now. We can start looking at those awards and accolades. Green Bay, let's go. Go Pack, go. Come on, Lon. Let's put together a dominant performance. And to that point, I'll also say this season has been a lot of that too. From every team, we've had teams start out strong. We had the Buffalo Bills looking like the best team in the league. They lose 2 in a row. We had the Lions lose the first game to the Packers, and then they reel off 4 in a row in dominant fashion. They look like the favorite, and they get smacked by the Chiefs. We saw the Chiefs up and down all year, so we saw the Eagles start off undefeated, and they lose a couple games in a row. So to the Packers, to give the Packers some grace, it's been that type of roller coaster season for everybody. And I really, it's hard to pinpoint that reason why it's so much inconsistency across the league. I honestly think it's because like the way that the offseason is, very limited reps, training camp, very limited padded practices. You know what I mean? So to really fine tune everything, to make sure you know everything cold, like your technique is on point, especially for the old linemen around the league. It's such a condensed amount of reps to perfect your craft. I think it's affecting the consistency of these teams. I do. And it's easy for me to say now that I'm retired. I didn't practice much anyway, people. So, but I think the lack of practices and full padded days and reps and all those things may be kind of bleeding into why we see so much inconsistency this year. Is very, very strange. Speaking of consistency, though, this team has been very consistent of late, and I hate to give them any type of credit. That's the New England Patriots. These are not my guys. These are not my friends. But I'm an honest man. I'm fair. They're playing well. They are playing really, really well. Drake Maye is the real thing. Can't deny it. Can't hate on it. Drake Maye he's the real thing, man. And it freaking sucks that the Patriots have found another franchise quarterback. He's not Tom Brady. I'm not calling the man Tom Brady, but damn. They supposed to have years of misery. They hire Mike Vrabel. He does what he do, and that's be a good coach. That's what he's a fantastic coach. He has a culture. He has a standard. They bring in quality pieces. Stephon Diggs is back. And then the Patriots are winning. And I don't like to see it, man. I don't like to see it. So I'm a hater, but I'm honest. They're playing well, man. Drake Maye yesterday was 21 for 23, 91.3% completion rating, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sets a Patriots franchise record for completion percentage. If you were to say that a quarterback will have a record in New England, no matter the record, it would be Tom Brady. No matter what record it is, it'll be Brady. Watch out. Watch out, Tom. Drake Maye. Drake Maye has broke the franchise record, Patriots franchise record for completion percentage in a game, minimum of 20 attempts. Hats off, bro. Man, listen, those guys are playing well. They really are. Mike Vrabel, he gets his return game W against his former team in Tennessee. Anytime a coach goes back to their former team, they always want to downplay it to the media during the week. But right after the game, they win. You see the emotion, like you see that it was different. It meant more. Just the reaction, and the whole team knows it too. Like we all buy in. The whole team buy in. Well, let's get this one for this guy. Let's get this one for coach. We want to win for the coach, and go back and get that W and right that wrong and all those things. Like, but they always want to downplay it. They always do. And we're going to talk about that too. I got Nick Underhill joining. We're going to talk about the Saints because Dennis Allen did the same thing. He downplayed his return against the New Orleans Saints. He's the head coach for the Saints. They fired him. They wanted him out of town. The fans wanted him out of town. He returns as the Bears defensive coordinator. They put a whooping on the Saints yesterday, and he was the happiest man on earth. And he tried to act like it was just another game. It was not. It was not. We're going to talk to Nick Underhill today, and we're going to get into the New Orleans Saints and Chicago Bears game. But just closing out on the Patriots, they're now on a 4-game win streak, sitting at the top of the AFC East. Hello, Buffalo. What's happening? They already beat Buffalo, so and they beat Miami as well. So they're sitting at the top of that division. Um, yeah. Shout out to the Patriots. I'll probably never say that again, but shout out to them. You know. But to go back to my point of coaches going back to their former team and wearing that chip on their shoulder, wanting to prove a point to their old team that you made the wrong decision, that I am who I say I am. I am the guy. We want to go to shoot down in New Orleans to get the inside scoop, get the insight from my guy, Nick Underhill. Next up, joining the set, I have my guy, OG, triple OG, the face and voice of New Orleans media, Nick Underhill. What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. I appreciate you not sending me an invoice for these weekly Saints updates and as we talk about the game. I appreciate that, bro.
There's like 7 years of like walking up in the locker room, like you got 5 minutes, and you always have 5 minutes. So like I owe you like a decade of 5 minutes. So
I
man,
bet.
I'm just happy to be
Okay.
here though.
Well, yeah. I'll get all that back then. Let's do that. Let's do
That's how it goes, man.
Man, let's get into it, Nick. We got the Saints. They dropped another one against the Chicago Bears, and me and you spoke last week, and we called this Dennis Allen's revenge game. And I saw an interview after we did our interview. I saw an interview from DA, and he was talking about how this was just another game. It was no personal anything, whatever. Cap,
100%.
big cap. Listen, Nick, I watched the film. The looks, the pre-snap presentation that he presented Spencer Rattler and the Saints offense down after down was insane. Like DA has been creating this game plan for months. I don't care what he said. I don't care
Yeah.
that he said it wasn't personal. It was personal. That the man, it was at times, Nick, it was 9 people at the line of scrimmage. Not it was insane. So for a young quarterback trying to sort out who's blitzing, who's dropping, down after down. Listen, I was with Drew Brees for 9 years, and I watched Drew in practice against Dennis Allen. And over the course of training camp and over the course of seasons, Drew figured out who was doing what.
Yep.
For Spencer to just get that in live action, man, that is extremely challenging. What did you see?
That man, I was just in the locker room right now, and they were talking about how he was sending stuff they had never seen before. And look, they had trouble in the backfield. I thought one of the biggest issues in the game was the blitz pickup by the running backs.
Facts.
Like they were getting
Yeah.
them with
Yeah.
that stuff. Devin Neal had a late one that he picked up, a great moment for the rookie, but it was crazy, man. And there's no doubt about it. This is one of them. We've seen him do this. Like this is what he does. He can always bring it, but when you give him that little extra bit and he can find it. Look, he would take Tom Brady apart and have Tom Brady like spiking them iPads. Like it
Facts.
happened more than once. And for him to bring that level of detail against this team and to roll out these new looks and you're sitting on him at a new job, like yeah, it was different. It wasn't just another week, another opponent. And I think that was reflected. They posted the post game video. Ben Johnson gave him a game ball, and he talked
Yeah.
about, hey, look, sometimes God has a different plan for you, and sometimes you aren't good enough for a certain place, and that's okay. Like it man, he was feeling it. He was feeling it. He was walking with
Sure.
his chest sticking out a little bit, no doubt about it. He got his lick back. And I mean, look, you motivate a competitive person. Sometimes that's how it's going to be. But yeah, that was a PhD level game plan. And, that's tough. That's tough for anybody. It was tough for Tom Brady. It's going to be tough for Spencer Rattler. I'm real interested to see how Spencer bounces back from this. And I think it actually kind of creates a little bit of a barometer here where we can see how he can bounce back from extreme adversity. Like you
Yeah.
went out there, you just played the worst game of your career. It's against the guy that you got benched for in college. There's going to be a lot of noise about it. People are going to be talking about Tyler Shuck again. And how do you come back from that? And I think it's important to see that. Personally, I think Spencer's a confident guy, and he's going to be able to find his way. And if he really is the guy, like there's going to be days like this, and you got to bounce back and have a short memory. So I think there's some value here in just kind of that overall evaluation. But man, they're going up against the Bucks next, so it's not going to get any easier in this
Yeah.
upcoming stretch, and then the Rams after that too. So Spencer's got the
Damn.
gauntlet coming. Yep.
Yeah, they got the gauntlet for sure of defenses and defensive coordinators. Um, Really, Nick, after watching the film, Spencer didn't play that bad to me. Statistically, it was his worst performance, but I thought he was poised. He was not affected by pressure, even though he was attacked a lot from many different angles. A lot of hits he took that he had no idea was coming. He still stood in there tall, delivered some really nice passes. Olave got going. It was great to see Chris Olave
Yeah.
get going and have that level of production. Honestly, Spencer Rattler didn't play bad to me. Still, he had a couple bad throws, couple throws that he would like to have back. The last interception, that was a bad throw, just a bad decision. The
Yeah.
long ball interception though, that's trying to make a play. He overshot the receiver, and the safety made a great play to come over and take it. But Spencer wasn't bad, especially with what Dennis Allen presented and put in front of him. What was the feel from the Saints following this game?
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like he dug out a little bit. I mean, it started terrible, and then they got going the end of the first
Yeah.
half, came out in the second half, kept it going. Saw him hit a touchdown from 21 out. The other one was in the red zone. That's kind of been an area where, hey, look, like you got to see some more plays here. So I thought that was a good thing for that. Like you said, he stood in there and seemed confident in the pocket. And I was just talking to him right before I jumped on here, and always his biggest critic like is going to be himself. He was just telling me that he felt like there were a few that he was pissed at, like going back and watching it. He felt like he got out a little bit early on a couple clean pockets, but with what they were
Mhm.
sending at him, man, he looked kind of poised to me.
And the run
Yeah,
game is non-existent too, so that makes everything
yeah,
more challenging as far as being a passer.
yeah. I mean, look, I think he could have played a little bit better, but I don't think it was nearly. Yeah, I mean, he made it competitive in a very tough atmosphere against like a crazy game plan, and easily. Like there was the point like mid second quarter where they had like 4 yards total on offense. Like it could have been very, very easy to fold like right there, shut
Right.
down. It's
Yep.
over. It just gets out of hand. Tyler Shuck's in there in the third quarter, and it's just kind of over for you. And that didn't happen. And again, like I think this adversity, if he actually is going to be the quarterback, like it's very important to see him in just messy situations. How does he respond? Um, I think there's aspects of it to like as a competitor. I think there's definitely aspects where like, hey, look, you probably had like 4 or 5 turnover worthy plays. That isn't good
Yeah.
enough. Fumbling the ball early in the game, that's kind of tough. You spotted him 3 points. But he did fight back, and I thought it was good for him. I thought it was good for Chris. The feel for the team's interesting. Like they just aren't down the way they used to be. Like I think they all kind of expect some tough games. But there isn't a lot of head hanging in this locker room right now, which I think
I love
again
that.
is important. They're in there, it's a serious vibe, but like there's also like some laughing. There's still like music playing and stuff like that. And I think that's what you're going to need to get through the season because, again, you're probably not going to win these next two. Your next shot is Carolina, and then it kind of softens up in the
They're
back end
playing
of
well
the
too.
season.
They're
But
playing
you
well.
don't want to see that locker room fall apart, man.
Yeah. And I don't think they will. They have
I
some
don't
great
either.
leadership over there. Great leadership. Speaking of one of the great leaders, before I let you go, Nick, AK, Alvin Kamara spoke after getting presented with a question about Mickey potentially trading him anywhere, and he said that if Mickey was to trade him, he'll be somewhere drinking a pina colada. Did he expand on that at all? Like, what did he mean?
He'd retire. So yeah, he'd retire after that was over.
That's exactly what I figured. Yeah,
Yeah, I talked to him for a little bit, like, and I was like, "You really mean that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I mean it, man. Like, there's other stuff I want to
yeah.
do, like this, And I was like, "Why? Like, why do you feel that way? Like, why? Because that's different. A lot of guys want to go and, hey, look, this is falling apart. It's terrible. Like, you're a guy, you got a year or two left. You might win 5 more times in your career. Like, why would you want to be here?" And basically, he just said, like, "Look." I didn't grow up like being like watching a ton of football. Like for me, the thing that motivates me is kind of like belonging to a place and a place belonging to
Wow.
me. And
Wow.
you know, AK man, he's a different kind of guy. Like he just has different types of motivations. Very interesting individual. And he's just kind of sees the world in a unique way. And you know, I'm looking at him from a distance, like this is crazy. And then he explains it, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes like total sense. Like you
For
know,
sure.
AK talks how only he could. But yeah, I believe him. I believe if they came down and
I do
said like
too.
you're getting
I do too.
traded. Yeah, I think we just never see him again. Like you see him pop up like at fashion shows and stuff like that, but like
Yeah.
go do his NASCAR thing. But like, yeah, I think he'd just walk away and be totally comfortable and be
Wow.
totally fine. I think he's still incredibly motivated, but yeah, he's going to be on his terms, and that's kind of just how. I mean, that's who he's always been forever. It's just
That's a
kind of
fact.
always been like
That's a fact.
AK does his own thing, and you know, it's always like parallel with what's best for the team, but like his motivations are just different than I think a lot of people's, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's just who he is.
He's
But
different, bro.
no
He's
question.
he's he's different, man. I know AK personally. That's my little brother. I love him on in this life and the next. Like he's just a special human being. His mind, he has his own mind, his own train of thought, and I 1,000% believe him that he
Me too.
would walk away from the game if they were to try to trade him. He his motivations are different. The loyalty is first. Family is first for him. It's like that would be crazy as a fan of the game and as a fan of his. It'd be insane for him to shut it down like that. It's not happening. Not about to trade my guy. He's there until he
No,
hangs up
he's
the
making
cleats.
sure of that. Let me ask you one before I go. Eric McCoy, I just reported his bicep season ending.
Yeah,
What's losing a guy like that do to an offensive line like this?
yeah, man. Especially with the youth on the offensive side of the ball, it's a blow. It's a huge blow. He is that one centerpiece, no pun intended. But his consistency, his knowledge and experience, him being able to help answer questions with the with what was presented yesterday. I think Eric did a good job of sending people the right way to pick up the blitzes as best way that he could. So losing him is a blow. It is. They have a very very young offensive line. Maybe they see Cesar Ruiz move to center. That's the position he was drafted to be. So not sure if that'll be the situation because of his experience and his knowledge of the game and knowledge of protections. That might be the direction they go, but I'm not sure. It's a tough blow, but it's an opportunity for the young guys to step up, step in, and play meaningful football and get that experience and be ready.
Yeah, I mean, he missed time last year and they kind of fell apart. Like he might honestly be their best player. So,
Yeah,
yeah. And then
yeah,
you got a young
yeah, no
quarterback
question.
too, like taking some of the answers away that Eric brings. That's a huge hit for them.
It is.
Yeah,
Somebody got to step up, man, and it's
someone
gonna
got
take
to.
more than one. It's gonna take more than one. Like the whole unit, they gotta be more cohesive. They can't have certain MAs and guys really gotta study. Really gotta know the answers and the checks for everything because you don't have that person to kind of fix it for you. So everyone got to step up their individual game.
Caesar's got to be the leader, man. He's been playing good the
Yeah,
last couple of weeks. So
he's
yeah,
ready.
just puts
He's
more on
ready.
his plate. I think so too.
He's ready. All right, Nick, get out of here, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for joining the set again. I'll holler at you next week.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.
All right, bro. Thank you. Always appreciate my guy Nick Underhill for his insight, man. He just left the Saints locker room earlier, so he was able to talk to Alvin and talk to Spencer Rattler and all those guys to really get that insight. It's great to be able to get that and talk to him and get those details. Shout out to Nick and NOF. He's killing it down there. Got to talk my Miami Dolphins. They make it tough on your boy though. Don't get me. Hey, it's hard, man. It is tough. It is tough down in Miami right now. A beautiful place that we know for sunny skies and beautiful views. It's dark clouds right now, bro. Miami lose to the Cleveland Browns in a 31-6 beatdown, essentially. I wasn't watching the game live, so I went back and watched the film, the offense, the defense, and this one is puzzling, but it's not, because the way that they are playing and the way that they are losing, they're losing games. Not really as much getting beat. They are losing, like, in a lot of areas. Fumbles galore. Just ball on the ground. Just, man, so many people out of position. So much uncertainty. This is what I'm taking. This is what I'm seeing the most from the Miami Dolphins. I'm seeing a team that's very unsure. Like, the confidence is not showing on the field, on the film. This is not a team that looks sure of themselves or confident in what they can do and what they should be doing. And it's crazy to me because a lot of these guys, we've played together the last 3 years, and I've seen it up close. I've seen them get busy, get active, handle business time and time again. Losing is hard in the league. It's so tough to deal with because all the outside noise and the distractions, and they've had so much outside noise and so many distractions, and it's starting to show on the film of guys just second guessing, like, do I go here or do I take off full speed here? Or on defense the most. On defense the most, I'm seeing guys really just hesitant. Like a play that is in front of them that they have made routinely. Now it's like slow playing it, or just the hesitant. Should I shoot this gap and go make this tackle, or should I wait? If it's something else coming, it's the scars of losing. It's the wounds of the failures of losing these games. Man, on defense, I'm seeing guys have no idea where their teammates are. No idea. So a guy that is looking like he's going to be outside contained, he's jumping inside the tight end's block, or just, peeking his head inside when there's somebody already right there. So now it's two guys in the B gap, and the running back is outside free. Or it's just, man. Yeah, it's I'm seeing a team that just they're struggling to trust themselves. And that's such a tough place to be in the league, because you clearly have the ability, you have the talent, you're in the NFL. And a lot of these guys are proven. They're decorated as well. So they've done it at the highest level. And then once you the confidence start to waver, and it can happen to anybody. No matter how good of a player you are, how great you are, how long you've been in the league, it can happen to anybody. And that's the thing you got to fight the most. And you fight that with your teammates. You fight that with camaraderie. You don't lose that confidence. You don't lose that belief in yourself and the belief of your teammates. But I'm seeing on defense guys that are not trusting that their teammates are going to be in a certain spot, so they're trying to do it. But they're also unsure if they should try to do it. So now they're both going into one spot, and running back is just scot-free through the hole. It's a tough spot to be in. It's a hole that they have to dig themselves out of. Even if the Dolphins are going to lose games moving forward, that's not the brand of football that the film should show. Ever. It shouldn't look like that, man. It shouldn't look like that. That film was hard to watch for that reason, because I'm seeing so much uncertainty. I'm seeing so much lack of confidence. I know that has to be identified first. Hey guys, we are not looking like ourselves. Like, we are not playing football the way that we know how to play football, the base level of it, the fundamental level of football, blocking and tackling. Let's refocus back down to that very small detail. Let's get back to just playing football, simple football, where I got this gap or I got this man. That's it. I trust that you got that gap and that you got that man. That's it. I really need them to identify that, because it's showing on film, that lack of confidence, that security, that trust in the others. Let's identify that as a team, and then let's attack that. Let's attack that. Let's fly around out here, win or lose. But the brand of football, the style of football that needs to be played, it needs to look like that. It needs to look like competent ball. And it's not looking like that. And it can happen to anybody. But it has to get fixed right now. Right now. Can't continue to let that linger, because that is it's like a cancer cell. And it starts and it spreads. And now the confidence is down. And now nobody believes that we can do this or turn it around or win this game. Or it spreads. So Miami Dolphins, the leaders on that team, identify that part. Let's play together. Let's play for each other. Let's play for the name that's on the back of our jersey, for the logo that's on the side. Like, let's really get back to the simplest form of football, and let's do that well. Blocking and tackling. Execution, simple execution. Let's deliver the ball from the center to the quarterback consistently, like the smallest details. Let's get back to that first. Please. What I saw yesterday was not that. Not that. And it's hard to digest as a fan, for one, but also as a former teammate, like a brother of these guys. I really don't want to see that style of football. It's too much talent, too much at stake. I want to see some guys flying around and just having fun again. It's a kid's game. We're grown ass men, but we're playing a kid's game. Little kids play this game. We're fortunate enough, blessed enough to play it as grown-ups and do it as a profession. But it's a game. It's a sport. Have fun. I'm not seeing that fun, and that's what I want to see most. First, let's get back to that. Win or lose. Win or lose. Worry about the scoreboard at the end. But just that confidence, man, that security, that having fun, that trust of your teammates, playing for each other, like, they can get that. They can get back to that. They have to get back to that. Offensively, we've had the struggles of turnovers. You're never gonna win. Never gonna be a winning team if we continue to get the ball to the defense. Plain and simple. It's the number one stat in the league. Number one stat in NFL history. Turnovers it'll tell the whole story. Tua had 3 interceptions yesterday. We had a ton of fumbles on the ground, ton of botched snaps or just balls on the ground. Like, offensively, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Tua's clearly not playing well. He's not playing like himself. He's not playing like we have seen him play. He spoke about it yesterday after the game. He spoke on what we have seen him do, what he's able to do, and that is not that right now. And he has to figure out why that is or what that is. He has to. He owes that to himself, and he owes that to his teammates. Nobody else. Not one single fan, not one single coach, not one single family member. He owed that to him and his teammates. That's it. And I know that the type of teammate Tua is, a great teammate, somebody that cares, like that really gives a damn. So I know you guys see Tua and you hear his comments and it can sound tone deaf, or he's not reading the room, or this guy cares, man. He loves this game, like literally put his body on the line, and he loves to do it, and he loves to win. He's struggling. He's not executing his position. He's not doing his job at the level that we need him to do it. And he has before. So that's what brings the frustration, because the expectation is high. But he brought the expectation because we've seen him do it at a high level. And we got to see it again. And he owed that to himself, and he owed that to his teammates. The guys wearing that jersey, that's it. That's it. He don't owe me nothing. Uno, you don't owe me a thing at all. I just want to see you play well. As a fan and as a brother, I want to see you play well. I want to see you operate this offense at the highest level, take command. You get guys lined up. You encourage them. You keep them pushing. You keep everybody up and confident. No matter the score. I'm not talking about the score. Dolphins sitting here at 1-6. We're not talking Super Bowl dreams. Scratch that. But you owe it to yourself and to your teammates to go out and play the best brand of football that you can possibly play. It's your job. This is what you do for a living. So you want to do your job to the best of your ability, unconditionally, no matter the circumstances or the situation. It's not I'm gonna play well if we're winning, if we got a chance at the playoffs. No, the film don't lie. The film don't have the record on it. Nothing. So when you turn that film on, that's something that always motivated me. Like my tape, I'm gonna always make you go and just refer to the tape. If somebody say something about me, T-stead did this and that. T-stead was, got this Pro Bowls, All Pro, whatever. Go watch the film. You can watch the film and then you can come back and combat whatever. But go watch the film. That film don't come with captions, subtitles, descriptions. It just, that tape plays silently and you watch. And as I'm watching, I don't see Miami Dolphins. I see a shell of themselves. And I would love for them guys to play confidently for each other, have fun with this game, with this sport, play the simplest brand of football, blocking and tackling, fundamental ball, technique, detail. Just do that. Like, let me see that on film. Let us see that on, not me. They don't owe me nothing. Let us see that on film. Please. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the set. Always locked in every Monday, every Thursday. And this Thursday, have a very special conversation with my brother, Tyreek Hill. Please be there. Please be there. It's going to be incredible. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you always for joining the set. Shout out to all my subscribers. Continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's keep growing. Let's keep building. I appreciate you all. It's T-stead. I'm out.